Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to Potters for the second session of the afternoon for the Just 2019 World Indoor Bowls Championships. So, we've got a great game coming up for you. So, next game, Nick Brett versus Andy Squire, our UK qualifier here. Some more games for you though for today. So, the evening session, 7:30. We'll see Alex Marshall MBE take to the green to play our New Zealand qualifier, Mr. Ray Martin. And the officials for the game today. Let's have a look at those. So our umpire is Dan Blewett, our marker is Francis Fletcher, and the shot clock is Alan Thornhill. So going down to the green with Mr. Richard Bear. He'll lead the players on.
Well, a warm welcome back to the International Arena here at Potters Resort for this Just 2019 World Indoor Singles Championships. We've got another enthralling first round match. Who will go through to the second round and face a chance to play for the quarterfinals? Let's find out. And our first player from Essex has many national titles to his credit, including former England national outdoor singles champion. Ladies and gentlemen, your appreciation please for Andrew Squire. And this world number 6 has proven time and time again what a formidable opponent he can be. Ladies and gentlemen, a former Scottish Open, International Open, and the 2016 World Indoor Singles Champion. Give it up for Nick Brett. And your commentators for this match is, as always, Jason Parkinson, and he'll be joined by Richard Madison. Good afternoon to you both.
Thank you very much, Richard. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here to Potters for the second game of this afternoon session. And I'm delighted to be joined in the box by the Chief Executive of World Bowls Tour, Mr. Richard Madison. Hello, Richard.
Good afternoon, good afternoon.
Thanks for joining us.
Well, that's all right.
Nice break from your day job.
Yes, it keeps somebody busy.
Length 26.5 metres.
Promising to be a good match, I hope.
Certainly will be. Nick Brett, been there, done it before. Andrew Squire, well, great player from England. He's come through all the prelim games. He's the British Isles champion at the moment. Into the prelim games, played on the Bowlers Bar Rink, also played a game here. Managed to fight his way through and faces Nick Brett. Just shows you, always possible.
Well, yes, he had some tough matches to get through in the prelim round, and then he played a couple of practices on the portable. But as you know, Jason, it's one thing to practice and it's another thing to come out live. The whole green changes the minute there's 900 odd people in there, the heat rises, the speeds change slightly, and all of a sudden it's not what you practice on.
No, that's right, Richard. Sometimes it's just that added little bit of pressure as well. You can go out there, practice for half an hour, play them all around the jack, and then you start the game and all of a sudden you're just struggling. You just wonder, what's the difference?
Not a bad correction.
Yeah, certainly a very steady player, Andrew Squire. Don't forget, if you can't join us for the whole afternoon, you can get the scores later on today on worldbowlstour.tv. And if you're joining us on the live stream today, welcome. It's your first time. Any questions? Anything about the game? Anything about World Bowls Tour? Please just drop us a message and our producers will get it to us and we'll try and answer them the best we can for you. Especially when we've got Richard sat next to us. He's in best place to answer these questions.
Well, I've noticed a few this morning, and I'll try and answer a couple during the match. When we get a bit of a quiet period. Nick's looking a little bit short on this one.
Yeah, just dropping short.
2 red.
Andrew should arrive at this now down the backhand. There's plenty to work off.
Yeah, well, just while he's setting up, one of the questions came in that it's a closed shop. And actually it's not. Any bowler in the world can join the PBA, and you're automatically entitled to play in any of the qualifiers in the UK and across 6 other different countries. And it's down to you. If you win your qualifier, then you can get here and play.
Oh, what a
Cracking
bowl.
reply.
What a bowl. Just arrived into the head. Comes away with the shot.
1 green.
Yeah, you can go onto the Professional Bowling Association website, find your local branch for your country. Like you say, pay your entry, turn up to the qualifying events, and if you're good enough, you can certainly get here.
Well, that's how Nick Brett got here. He had to play qualifiers, having a little runner here, Jason.
Yeah, just slightly wide.
1 shot, Andy Squire.
Yeah, they're a tough day, the qualifying days.
Second,
You know,
0-1.
sometimes 6 or 7 games in one day. Playing some really good people. You know, these qualifiers that get to these events, you know, they don't just play anybody, they're playing some really good people, a lot of England internationals or other countries' internationals. So it's a hard day.
Yes, certainly not easy.
No, but the reward is there, you know, to appear on the best stage on TV, certainly for bowls. And we'll see some of our overseas players very shortly. I've got one this evening,
Track length 25.5
all the way
meters.
from New Zealand.
Well, no, like I said, everybody's got a chance, and many times I've seen that they say, yeah, but it's the top 16, they never change. Well, I think people ought to have a little look and just look at the top 16 over the last 5 years, and they'll see it has changed with new people coming in. And in fact, there are only 2 members of the top 16 from the original period, Jason. All the rest are here through qualifiers.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, they've nearly all now come through the hard way.
Gap on the last bowl, 11 inches.
I think it's always good to see new faces as well. New personalities coming through. It's always great to see the Aussies here. They have great personalities.
Yeah, they do. They're full of life,
They're
and
brilliant.
they absolutely love coming over.
1 red.
You know, it is difficult for them because they don't really play on indoors, but they do play in some of the countries. They play on fast outdoor greens. Good reply coming in here, Jason.
Yep. Started very well.
Your last bowl is 20 inches short of jack high. Gap on the shot 3 inches. 2 red.
So just a draw for Andrew. It's not far away.
Well, I think if he'd have been a smidge
1 red.
wider, he'd have got it, but
Well, let's finish in a good place. I think Andrew will just check here whether he's got 1 or 2 seconds. See the shot clock in the background just ticking away there. 30 seconds can go quick sometimes. 4 seconds to spare.
Especially if you get so wrapped up in your bowl that you completely forget about it.
Yeah, has been done. Just push through.
Yes, I did notice another comment this morning, Jason, where people were saying that it would be nice to have. I'll just let Nick deliver this. Well, certainly put it wide enough.
Yeah, plays with a good bias ball. Will come all the way back with the length.
Just needs to run a bit more.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah.
Brilliant ball.
Number 2.
2 shots, Nick Brett.
Yeah, there's a few people making comments about the stream. We've come a long way in 6 years. When I first came along, we were running with 1 camera at each end and a couple of volunteers on a minimum stream. Now it's, if you take the World Championships, there are 7 cameras, all automated. You're getting full commentary, it's all being streamed in HD,
25.5 meters.
and of course all the viewers are getting that for nothing. It used to be pay-per-view.
That's correct.
So it costs WBT and its sponsors a fair bit of money, and you know, we're still looking at new things for next year, but unfortunately in this day and age you don't get an out for out, and there's a big investment made by WBT, certainly in the last 2 years, on the stream. So I hope the viewers in the majority are enjoying what they're getting.
Well, it's like you say, Rich, it's very difficult to get businesses to part with the money these days. A lot of companies are feeling the crunch. Like you say, it's all free of charge.
And I notice many other sports now, over the last 18 months, are switching back to pay per view.
Last bowl, 2.5 feet short of jack high.
And it's just a sign of the times, really.
That's right, yeah. Someone was asking, I think it was yesterday, like at snooker, they have the earpieces in, about doing that, but I'm sure we trialled that before, haven't we, the earpieces?
We did that, yeah, we did that 5 years ago here at the World Championships. Did it for 2 years, and the costs of having the equipment to enable us to do that far outstripped any gain we made in selling the earpieces. The earpieces were up for sale, if I remember, at about £5 each,
Okay.
and I think we sold 30.
Right, okay.
So that puts that in perspective. For whatever reason, our sport doesn't seem to want to pay out money. Good line by Nick. Just overrun slightly.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a loose end here for Andrew.
3 red.
He's going to face 3 or 4 down here when he next comes to play. Just need to settle in early doors. So a good ball from Nicky there. Let's counting another, but it also just covers the back slightly. So we're looking at getting at least second with this. Well, a loose end there, and he's going to pay costly for it.
Go ahead.
Francis just asking Andy just to move the balls that he's conceding. So it's at least 3. Good view of the balls there. That's Nick's Henselite Tiger Pro. And Andrew's playing with the Drake's Pride model. There's loads of pool balls available here. All manufacturers are available.
3 red out.
Personal choice whether you play with a stronger ball or a slightly weaker ball. There's all different sizes, they all have slightly different shapes, different grips. Lots of choice. Again, just showing you how the game's changed over the years. It used to be black and only black. For television, obviously, we just use the red and the green, but you go out there and there's all kinds of colours. It's like a tube of Smarties sometimes.
You're certainly right there, Jason.
Yeah, I think it's good for the sport.
Colours coming out today.
Yeah, there's new shoes coming out, all different colours. Trousers, there's all kinds of things. Well, a full house.
4 shots, Nick Brett.
Just trying to encourage the sport to more younger people. You know, it's the youth that are going to carry the game on.
For 3 ends. Jack length 26 metres.
Yes, well, I can remember when I first started to play bowls, and that's many years ago.
With the wood.
Hey?
With the wooden.
No, we had actually just got into the melamine ones. Mine were brown. But what I was going to say was that when we went for anything other than a club match, if we were going out, we had to get dressed up. And
That's right.
cracking start there from Nick.
Yeah,
But we had to
shirt
go
and tie.
get dressed up, and the ladies had to wear all the stockings and gloves and hats, and there was hell to pay if you weren't properly dressed.
Yeah, it was very strict.
And yeah, so the sport has moved a fair bit. Good reply coming in here.
It's going to be unlucky, I think. He's just sat back onto the jack. Sandwiched in between.
One green.
On green.
Nick giving a little wry smile there.
Nick wanted 1 each. Well,
Oh,
it's just
popped
released
out.
it.
1 green.
Still on green.
Still one green.
He was unlucky there. Made the contact.
Just going to run past, I fancy.
Yeah, it's not finished too bad. Nick will be just arriving again down this. He's never afraid of playing up, Nick. So good at it, very consistent. Slap of the leg there.
Short.
Well, just erring on the side of caution there. Just dropped it short. So, sticking with the backhand. Just needs to increase his speed. And it's coming now. Just needs to make the trip. Well, he's played 3 good bowls there that end. Still 1 down.
1 green.
But it's very, very difficult now for Andrew to make this any better, really.
Well, if this was you, Jason, I know what I'd do if it was me.
You put it up your jumper.
I'd just walk up with it.
Yep. Down the backhand, nice wide draw. Can just get round Nick's last bowl.
Oh, I think he's been very gentle, hasn't he?
1 shot, Andy Squire.
Yeah.
So he takes a single.
Set score
Gaps
6-2
now
after
reduced
4
to just 4 shots. Nick Brett leads 6-2 after the 4 ends.
Track length 25 metres.
So it's Andrew's choice of jack length.
No, it's not pushed it enough.
No.
This is crucial against players like Nick, though. You need to be there, or at least thereabouts.
Yeah, we saw it in the last game. You know, it's all about putting the opposition under pressure early doors. You know, the top 16. You know, they'll take the advantage. Well, let's just put yourself off here with this length. Just not found it yet.
This looks better from Nick. Coming in nicely.
So, change your hand. Well, Andrew, what's your pace like? Again, just pushing through.
2 red.
Such a quick player, Nicky. Doesn't waste his time on the map.
No, it's very, very, very quick.
Your bowl, Andy, just under 3 feet past jack height.
Andrew's in trouble
3
now.
red.
Won't want to drop a 3 or a 4 here. You know, it's already 4 shots behind. Want to just play a good bowl. Give a bit of confidence back. And he takes the 1 bowl.
Well, just needs to bend. Well, he's
We'll
cut
settle
it
for
down.
that. Yeah. Second
1
shot.
red.
Do you think Nick will go for that? Try and draw it off? Give himself another big count?
He can just draw up to this now. You can sit Andrew's last bowl. Makes a 2. Slight little touch. It's a nice little rest here. Either of these bowls just not making the trip.
No, he's...
One shot, Nick Brett.
Set score 7-2 after 5 ends.
So, both players are just waiting to settle down just a little bit. It takes a few ends sometimes.
Often seen that with some qualifiers, though, haven't we, Jason? Where they come out, they'll maybe lose the first set. But then they seem to come alive in the second set, that they've felt the carpet. All right, they've lost the first set, but by then they've gained a little bit of experience, and sometimes the winning player of the first set just relaxes a little, and
yes,
the game swings.
That's right, yes. I think sometimes they just need to, like you say, just get rid of the nerves sometimes, because there will be a little bit of nerves there, you know. Sometimes there's about 1,200 people in the auditorium here. We've got the cameras around. You know, a lot of people are not used to playing in front of cameras. You know, it does have just a slight effect on you sometimes, I think. The more you start winning and getting through the qualifying events, I think you have a bit of a better benefit early on.
Oh, good reply from Andy. Just...
I think it's quite tricky, you know, the green's very fast this year. Punishes you if you're just slightly off target. Drifting
Two
past.
Of course, Andrew was in practicing this morning, and I actually said to him that the thing is, it's fine practicing just to get your line, but don't bury that memory of weight in yourself, because you're playing this afternoon, and I guarantee the rink will be going quicker.
Yeah, the speed of the carpet definitely changes throughout the day. It can even change throughout a game.
Yeah.
It's gone cold outside at the moment. Managed to survive the hailstorm.
Yes, I heard that rattling through the roof. A runner here.
Well, got a slight angle onto the jack. You see from ditch cam there. Now we'll see if Francis lifts the jack, or whether it's still in play. It's just still in play. So the little yellow sticker that's just been placed onto the back there, if you're new to the game, as you can see, that's where the jack is in the ditch. So Nick has to play as close to that mark as he can, but without going into the ditch. Because he hasn't got a live bowl, so we can't lose this bowl into the ditch, it'll get lifted out. So he'll be aiming within about 2 feet. It's very difficult, you can see there, with it being a portable rink.
2 seconds.
It's not a very wide rink, so it'll be very difficult to get very close to that target. So Andrew will be just thinking, just beat that bowl. He only has to beat it by an inch or so. That's fine, doesn't need to be too clever and lose the bowl. He's playing it off.
He's running at Nick's bowl.
Yeah, he's gone with the 1 bowl target. There's a lot of room there to draw, but you can see if he'd turned the ball into the ditch and stopped it.
1 shot, Nick Brett.
Yeah.
It's not easy hitting a 1 bowl target.
Set score 8-2 after
Sometimes,
6
Richard,
ends.
it just comes down to your confidence at that particular moment. If you're just struggling a little bit for for pace, you may as well just attack.
Well, yes, and as you said, if he'd got it, he'd have picked up a nice little 3 possibly, just to lift his scoreline up.
Jack length 26 metres.
Oh, good line from Nick, just dropped it a little short.
He has left Andrew a little bit of room here. Well played. Just want to start just stringing a few ends together if he can. Reply from Nick.
1 red.
Andrew plays out of the Falcon Club.
Gap on the shot ball,
Chelmsford in
8
Essex.
inches.
Very strong club down there.
He's gone a bit wide. I don't know if his bowl will come all the way back. Just pushed it again.
Yeah, he's finished in a decent position.
Two red.
Well, Mr. Brett's turning into a bit of a machine here as he just pops another one in there.
Yep, just doing the day job. Draw, draw, draw.
Inch past.
Nick's already through to the final of the pairs
Yes.
on Monday. So our first final there. See that live on TV. Be a fantastic game, that one. Well, Andrew, can you get...
Well, Andrew, you're having a look here.
Oh, well played. That's a great bowl.
1 green.
I'll give him just a little bit of a lift that he needs. It just needs to get back to the jack.
Well,
1 green.
Still 1 green. Not an easy spare shot, but looking down at the scorecard, 8 shots to 2. He really needs to make advantage of this one. Just draw down to Nick's last bowl, he'll get another. There's less danger on that hand.
rather looks as if he's just
Quick.
pushed it a little.
Well, it was a good effort, a safe effort.
1 shot, Andy Squire.
So takes another single. So just 2 ends remaining here in this first set. Nick Brett has a 5-shot
Set
lead.
score 8-3 after 7 ends.
Just needs to think about this now.
Track length 25.5 metres.
Well, again, he's got a good height. He's not really playing wrong. He's just not got the weight into his arm, has he?
Yeah, just scratching around a little bit just for the pace. Just Nick's just taking advantage. Far more consistent at the moment. But it can all change. Saw that in the last game.
Yes.
Change of hand. Again, just overcorrecting. It's so frustrating sometimes.
Yeah, if you haven't got the weight in your arm when you first start, and you're having to try to find it, sometimes it makes it even worse.
Correct. Can be very difficult.
2 red.
Meanwhile, Nick is just popping them in. But then in some ways that's just as hard for Nick, because you've got to keep your concentration as well.
You certainly have, yeah. It's you know, it's another skill in a way. Sometimes when you're playing at your own club in league games, and you know you turn up and you kind of think, oh well, this should be an easy game. You over relax, and next minute you're behind.
Yeah.
Right, so just crimped home.
Yeah.
There's plenty of
3
room.
red.
Yeah, I was just going to say plenty of room, and Nick knows it as well.
Well, that's right. You know, Nick only just has to win this end, and we'll go into the second set. Doesn't need anything
Timeout
miraculous.
call. And he has 4 timeouts remaining.
Andrew uses one of his timeouts. You get 5 per game. He really needs to be scoring at least a double to give himself a fighting chance. Oh, well.
Wow.
That was interesting. That'd be 2.
1 red.
Oh, 1 red. The way Francis looked. It's always hard to tell from here, but I actually thought Andrew was in. So Nick takes the opening sets here.
Yeah.
In this first round, 9 shots to 3.
1 shot in the first
Andrew
set,
needs
Nick
to
Brett.
just regroup now, come out fighting for this second set. Just needs to forget that. It's his choice to jack for the start, so he's just going to have to just think about this a little bit.
When I first bowled years and years ago up against Mark Royal, and that was years ago, remember one bit of advice he always gave me that I've never forgotten. He said, if you play a bad bowl, he said, forget it, because it's gone, done, dusted, nothing you can do about it. And it's the same with sets. If you lose a set and it's the first set, forget it.
Yep.
Because you've still got a set and a tie break.
That's right. Just focus on getting it to the tie break, and then it'll take its course. Very different tie breaks, very aggressive, sometimes a little bit of luck.
Good line from Nick, all on his weight really on this one.
Well, giving you a chance, Andrew. Slight correction now. Now Nick's made the correction. Straight back in.
1 red.
Well now.
Just going to sit away.
1 red.
So it's still 1 to red. Slight click of the fingers from Nicky. Normally means he's a bit quick. It's not a bit of a loose end. Still a foot of room here for Andrew. So, down the backhand. Now, if he can just get underneath his own bowl and get to Nicky's.
Well,
He was in the area.
got a result.
Yep.
1 green.
Yeah, it was there or thereabouts with a miss. He was very close to Nicky's bowl. So, 1 green. Now Nicky's in the area.
Can you bend?
1 shot, Andy Squire.
So Andy gets the first end under his belt here in this second set.
Set score 0-1.
Be interesting whether he sticks with this long length again. Looks like it, not changing.
Jack length 29 metres.
So just half a metre short of the full length that's available. Right, 1 right on the jack needed now. Just that yard.
Better from Nick. Yeah, good start.
Yep, it's the consistency. Nick's playing far more consistent. Don't forget, we have another good game for you this evening. For those of you wanting to tune in to see our overseas player, Ray Martin is on from New Zealand. He plays Alex Marshall MBE. That's at 7:30 this evening. And for those people asking about the ladies earlier on today, mixed pairs tomorrow. First game on 10 o'clock. Some interesting pairings. See some of the best lady bowlers in the world.
1 red.
And that puts them in good stead then for Ladies' Day. Always a popular day here at
Does
Potters.
indeed,
Get the
yes.
ladies on. And Ladies' Day is Saturday. Players from all over.
Yeah.
Channel Islands, New Zealand.
And there's not a room left on the resort. It's absolutely sold out.
Yeah, it's such a great resort.
Oh, I think it's fabulous.
Well played, Andrew. Just needs to reach. Well,
Just roll, no.
1 red.
yeah, there's all kinds of facilities. Plenty of food, and I mean plenty. Lots of sporting activities. Fabulous theatre shows.
If anything, too much food for athletes.
Yes.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and midnight snack. They've only missed the
red.
3 o'clock AM one, really.
Right, Andrew.
Well, now.
Shot available if he needs it. Can either draw, or he could just slightly reach, plant Nicky's bowl out. If he misses that, there's the jack available. Again, it's all down to confidence. He's playing the draw.
Looks pushed.
I think he's actually played the weighty ball on the draw line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very difficult to play that Richard on here.
Yes.
You know, lots of the top players, they play more direct. Very good at it. Might have been just stuck between two minds there.
Yeah, you do need to make your mind up on what shot
Oh,
you're going to
definitely.
play and play it. If you keep thinking about should I do this or should I do that, you end up playing a
In
half and
between.
half bowl.
Yep.
1 shot, Nick Brett.
There we go. Nick Brett gets
Set
the
score
first one on
1-1
the
after 2
scorecard
ends.
for himself. 1-1.
See the trophy they're playing for there at the background.
Cool. They are heavy.
Oh, there is it.
Oh.
Langham glass.
Langham glass
Yep.
in Norfolk. Handmade glass blown trophies. And it really does weigh a ton. It's
Track length
beautiful.
24.5 metres.
Absolutely beautiful.
So a little slight disturbance there. People just coming in from the back of the stage.
Yes, we hadn't realised how heavy they were in the first year when we used Langham glass and put it up on the trophy wall in the arena for the set. We realised with horror that the set was tilting gradually more and more. And we had to put some extra stays on
Half
the
an
back
inch
of the
short.
set where the trophy shelf is. It's that heavy. But it is a beautiful trophy. Well, it's looking fairly good.
There's a good reply.
Just roll it.
1 green.
Yeah, just enough. Turns Nicky's away, line the shot. Just nip the line slightly.
That trophy's also very, very big. You'll need some glass cabinet for that.
Do they keep them each year, Richard, or do
Yes,
they give them
they
back?
do.
They keep
Yeah,
them, do they?
no. New trophies are made each year. So I don't know where Alex Marshall has put his 6.
He'll have his own showroom. A big garage for all his trophies.
Yeah, of course. Paul Foster's got 5 of them.
Yes.
Just missed his line again as Nick?
Yeah, just slightly nipped it. Yeah, most people provide us with a player profile. Alex and Paul, we have a little booklet.
Yes.
Several pages, several pages long.
So how can Andy get to that red, do you think?
Just needs to play a nice steady draw.
Time out.
Timeout called. He's playing the forehand, slightly harder to count another on this forehand. Don't want to hit it too hard. Oh, and back. That's
well.
Good. 2 green.
He probably got the perfect contact there if he's just sat back on the jack. Trouble is Nicky can see this, and he's deadly with these forehand runners.
Playing a timing shot more than a direct runner here. And they're very hard to play, but looking at it, it needs to turn. It does need to turn.
Second.
1 green. Andy has 3 timeouts remaining. Hold 1.
3 timeouts left for Andy.
Well, just look to see if he can reproduce a steady draw, just to drop in for another, but just overplayed it.
1 Andy. 1 shot, Andy Squire.
Yeah, it's another shot on the scorecard for him.
Set score
Plugging
1-2
away.
after 3 ends.
Well, that's the first time in the match, and he's one shot ahead.
Yep, that's right. Takes the lead. Keep that momentum going forward.
You'll be surprised how many times that happens, actually. You'll be surprised how many times it comes.
Jack length 26 metres.
Oh, I'm ecstatic. Yes, they are. And again, now you can see what I said to you to open up the camera so you can see the track. We're doing a great job.
A great start there from Nicky. Well, Andrew. Oh, well played. Just going to fall away,
Brilliant
but
reply.
it's a good second shot.
1 red.
Just a little cough there. A lot of coughs around.
Yeah, just put Nick off for a
Yeah.
minute.
Normal January in the UK. Lots of coughs knocking around.
Yes. Line's good. How's the weight?
Well played.
Perfect.
2 red.
Well, a bit of a target now.
Your bowl is 7 inches short of jack high, 4.5 inch gap.
So I'll be looking to get to Nicky's bowls. Just sticks down this backhand if he's overplayed this.
No, you do need to pull it in a bit if you're going to play that weight, don't you, Jason?
Yeah, it's very
Otherwise
difficult down that backhand. We've seen so many bowls over the last few days. Just hold by.
Oh, here he comes again. I'll just put another in there.
This is
just
perfect. Look at that.
absolutely. Oh,
Well, that's just showing the class of Nick Brett.
yeah.
I think Andrew just needs
Three
to
red.
play a lot quicker at this. Very direct. Still got to be hit, but it's very difficult timing it. Just go more direct. There's a few options. There's a plant there available. That'll get rid of a couple. Just needs to keep his eye on this timer. Yep. Thought he'd have played this
Well,
with his last bowl.
Yeah. It's,
Oh, well played.
oh, look at that. Brilliant split. And a good result.
Yep, I thought he was going to do that with his last one. Oh, he's come away with a couple.
Well, he has, but the master has yet to
Two
put
green.
his bowl in.
2 green.
And I have a fancy that this won't faze Mr. Brett.
No, I don't think it will.
Not easy, but
18 inches. Just choose whichever hand he wants.
such a smooth delivery, doesn't he? Just
Yep.
almost like an automaton.
Certainly effortless.
It's coming. It's coming. Here we go. Thank you very much. I'll just have the one.
One shot, Nick Brett.
Set score 2-2 after 4 ends.
Yeah, good end there. Good attacking shot. Good hit. Just left Nick just too much room. So we'll level the score up now. 2 shots apiece.
Well, it was really the only decent shot he had to play when he was
Certainly.
looking at the head like that.
Yeah, definitely. Just got sucked into playing the wrong weight really with the previous shot. Adjusted, played it very
Track
well.
width 27.5 metres.
Well, here comes Mr. Brett with the lead bowl. Absolutely perfect line look.
Just about the pace now. Just slipping by.
Few oohs and ahs from the crowd out there at that last one. Just had the advance figures for tomorrow for the auditorium, and it is heaving.
Always good to see.
Yeah, well done. Don't think there's a spare seat tomorrow. Well, Andy, just need to.
Just overplayed.
Yeah. See, he's getting a good line. It's
Certainly
Two
is.
red.
just struggling really to get his perfect weight. Shaking his head there.
Yeah, you always know how well you can play yourself, and if you're struggling, you know it. Just don't need to beat yourself up.
No. No, just
Three red.
well now there is Nice little pocket there if you can just get your bowl into it.
Sticking with the forehand. Now, have you adjusted this pace?
He's trying.
Off the red bowl and back in.
Not through the...
Oh.
Not through the only hole in the head. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That really is unlucky.
Three
That
red.
really is unlucky.
Sigh of relief there from Nick. Gave it a chance, and that's what you call sod's law.
No, if Nick was a gentleman, he'd play another bowl, plug the head so Andy can just drop his next bowl in it. Nick's heard me, look. Told you.
4 red.
You got a direct link to Nick, have you? Well, it's 4 down.
Scott, well, if it was me, I'd be looking for that draw. If I could replicate that draw, I'd
I think he's
stand
gonna,
the chance of sitting off.
I think he's going to hit it, is he?
He's going to go. He has. Well,
Well, he's very close.
he's got a hold.
Wants the jack. Oh,
Nearly, but at least he's cut it down to a single. The crowd really appreciated
One
all
shot,
of
Nick
that.
Brett.
yeah, he was very close. It was certainly a good shot.
Set score 3-2
Three bowls
after
away.
5 ends.
Didn't want to lose the 4 there. Having lost the first set, he'd been in all kinds of trouble.
Yeah. No, he did well.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
Giving himself a little talking to in the back.
Yep,
Strange how different players have got different reactions, isn't it?
that's right.
When you sit and watch the players, each player's got a different little version of what they do when they need to try and G themselves up.
Yeah, some players are certainly more animated than other players. Some,
Yes.
Some have a poker face, you just don't know. Some make it known.
Some make it known more than others.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it?
Well, not bad. Not bad at all.
That's the start he wants. Well played. So there's just 4 ends left in this set, so and to be looking at definitely scoring at least the next couple of ends for sure. You'll have to just sneak over by 1 to force a tie break.
Here comes Nick. He's just cut that a bit tight. So at the moment, Andrew still holds a single.
Well, nice little tuck on the jack now.
Oh,
It was just going to get a little tuck off that, but still 2.
the jack's still nicely in the open for Nick to draw to. Looks very good.
Here comes number 1.
Does look good. Here we are. There's the master.
1 red.
Well, it's finished in a good place as well. Something similar for Andrew. If he can just get to that ball, just squeeze the jack. Too heavy.
Yeah.
He knew it as well, you could just tell. Didn't need that pace. Well, this could finish in a
One
bad
red.
place for Andrew. It has done. That certainly doesn't make it any easier.
No. What's your call on what he should play, Jason?
Just looking at the angles, I just don't think he can just get back to it. He'll actually play the forehand runner. Can still get the squeeze. He's down the forehand. Now he needs to land on this jack solid
Not gonna
and
hold,
squeeze
is
it.
he?
One shot, Nick Brett.
Well, he certainly give it a good try.
Set score 4-2 after 6 ends.
That last bowler, Nick, finished good. It's what you call a good bad un.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he didn't intentionally play it there, but he did finish really good. Forced Andrew onto the other hand.
Jack length 26 metres.
Well, the line looks good.
Yeah, it's a good opener.
Wait.
Just needs to stop.
Just needs to stop.
Francis just peering in there, having a look. Still plenty of room. So Nick just gets down to this jack. Now just pulling up.
3 red.
Still room for Andy, but
There is, you know, there's
he really needs to be doing something now.
plenty of balls just to work off or sit off. Is the trail available? Now Andy. In off the bowl.
Just need to get on
Well
the
played.
edge of that. Yeah, that's it.
1 green.
Yeah, there's a few different options down there. So Nick wants to just get just under his own short bowl, back to the jack.
Don't know if he's going to do it. I think he's just going to rock the wrong side. Yes.
So we're lacking just that little bit of pace. Well, spare shot here to tie this set. Bring it back to 4 shots each. Needs to get to this red bat bowl.
Line doesn't look
Here he
bad.
comes.
It's all on his weight now.
Oh, well played.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. 4 all.
Some local support.
2
I
shots,
think, there,
Andy
for Andrew.
Squire.
Yeah.
Nice to see.
Set score
So,
4-4 after
four
7
each.
ends.
And we go into the last 2 ends. Now, just
Checking
needs to
out
put his
25
first
and a
ball
half
close here.
metres.
Get off to a good start. See the concentration on his face.
Well, the line looks good. Weight doesn't look too bad at all.
Now that's the opener he wanted.
That's not bad. Nick's
Comes
coming
Nicky's
well.
supply. Oh, well, Mr. Jack, great reply.
Oh, marvellous. Marvellous. Great stuff.
Shot bowl is 3 inches past jack high.
Having a look.
Trying.
Oh, he's been unlucky.
1 red.
Really good try.
Well, it's building it up.
Another good line from Nick. Just
Just get
wait
to the
like
jack.
it's coming well. Little tickle.
Oh, fantastic.
That's, oh, look at that. But
2 red.
oh, that's just asking for a little poke, isn't it?
Well, he's
Yeah.
framed it, so Andrew's running at this. He's
Trying.
missed the target.
He's trying. Could get a double. Oh, nearly.
He was underneath all the way. So Andrew's got to think about this now. And he wants to get just
Depends where
inside this.
Yeah. That's not bad.
It's a good ball.
1 red.
Not bad at all.
It's not made it much
Coming
bigger.
close.
Gives him another shot in the head. Andrew's got to just think about this now. 1 down.
Timeout
If
call.
he misses,
Andy has 2
now
timeouts
he
remaining.
needs to score a double.
Yeah.
If he chooses to attack it and it goes wrong, certainly doesn't want to be losing a 2. And Nicky's got a last ball there. Doesn't want to be giving Nicky any more room to make a 3. So whether you take the chance or whether you just draw. Well, he's taking the chance. Playing down the forehand.
He's going to cut away.
Yeah, it goes quick there.
Can't. I think he's going to. Yes, he has. He's missed the back bowl as well.
But he's not got rid of his own. That's the main thing. That's why I think why he
Yeah.
played the forehand. He was playing his ball back into the head.
For the moment, he's only 1 down, but Nick's got last bowl there.
Nick will just draw up to this. He can sit back off the green bowl, back onto the jack, might just make a 3.
Oh,
False start.
Timeout called. Nick has
Little
4
bit of a-
timeouts remaining.
disturbance.
Backhand draw.
Well, his line looks all right, Jason.
Yep.
What about the weight?
Touch of the jack. Oh, good bowl.
That was
Oh,
a
just the
cracking
inside edge of
try.
that jack. So Andrew concedes 1.
1 shot, Nick Brett.
Oh, he's been unlucky. It's a good bowl, that.
Yeah.
Just nudge the jack on the
Set
other
score
side.
5-4 after 8 ends.
Doing all the difference.
5-4 going into the last end. So Andrew still has a chance.
Yeah, must score 2. Andrew can't tie this set, has to win it.
Jack length 28 metres.
Okay, so the all-important first bowl as always.
Well, he's looking good.
Push through it.
Just pushed. Unfortunate. This is when tension really gets to you, isn't it, Jason? When you know you've got to do it.
That's right. You know, when you're trying to chase a few shots, the last thing you want to do is play short bowls. And sometimes you just can have the tendency just to overreach.
And Nick's just piling on the pressure for him.
Yeah.
There is no gap.
Well,
You're on the shot clock.
has he pushed it? Yes, he has. He's pushed it again.
Yeah, just
2 red.
just push through. Nicky's going to have a look. We're just looking at the angle and the gap. Nicky will go for cover here. He'll probably cover the back 2 green bowls.
Timeout called. Nick has 3
Just using his
timeouts remaining.
timeout. He's quite a quick player anyway. It's all about using them wisely. So, forehand shot around towards the rear green bowl, wanting to stop Andrew scoring a double. Doesn't need to go near the jack. Doesn't need any more.
Well, he's gone very deep.
Yep. He's forcing
Well,
Andrew to play the difficult pace. Now he's saying, go
Yeah.
ahead, you play
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And that's not an easy shot that Andrew's
it's
got
not.
left.
Certainly not.
Not an
That's
easy
why
shot
Nicky went deep.
at
He's,
all.
he's forcing him to play the difficult shot.
Yeah.
Shows you experience.
But this again is why the
Timeout
sports are
called.
brilliant, because there's a lot of strategy in it that people don't pick up on.
Yeah, it's
Lot
not
of
always
skill.
about bowling to the jack, you know, it's
Yeah.
all about positional bowls and tactics. But he has a chance, that's the main thing. Arriving down.
Well. Well now, can you bend? It's coming. Oh dear.
Well, he's
dear,
been unlucky.
Dear. Just caught the jack as well, which moved the jack. So
2 red. Andy has 1 timeout remaining.
Just don't think he was just slightly quick enough at that.
Should have played just a bit heavier.
I think so. You know, you could have drawn to that and got the shot. It's still going to be very, very difficult to get the 2.
Yeah.
You know, even if he'd drawn a front toucher there, I think with his next bowl, he would still have to have reached. You know.
Right.
So yeah, I think he was just maybe just lacking just a little bit of pace.
Mr. Brett didn't hang about. Well.
So again, Andrew's having to play perfect pace. He's having to
Yeah.
play a running bowl, promote his last bowl onto the jack. Remember, he needs 2 here. 1 isn't good enough.
Well, he's gone. He's gone for it. How's your luck? No.
Well,
One
just
shot,
not,
second
just
set
not
from
good
the
enough
match.
there.
Nick
So
Brett.
it's Nicky Brett that takes the second set and takes this game 2-0. So let's have a look at what's coming up for the rest of the day. So we've got the 7:30 game this evening. You can see there we've got Alex Marshall, MBE, against Ray Martin from New Zealand. So we've had some good bowls this afternoon. 1 more game to come. Thank you for joining us down here at the World Bowls live stream, and we'll see you later on this evening. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.